Hi people, Bear back again. Well, a very somber Bear. I'm close to hanging myself, man. I can't believe what's been happening with this bankroll challenge. We started well, okay, had an awful session on Monday. Um, this is up to the 17th. Sorry, yeah, the 17th, end of the 17th. So, in the space of what 48 hours, we have just imploded. I've broken my bankroll challenge quit rule, which is like 4 buy-ins maximum. I broke that the other day. I was really disgusted with myself for doing it. I shouldn't have done it. I should have walked away, but I just couldn't believe what was happening to me. I'll show you some hands in a minute, people. But as you can see from the graph, we're running poor. We are really, really running poor here. I mean, it says I should be about 90 odd bucks down, and bear in mind I'm getting sets cracked, I'm getting aces cracked, kings cracked. Every man and his dog is taking me over the table with no Vaseline, and I'm getting seen too hard here. I'm getting to the point whereby I'm on the verge of tears. It's just like I can't believe what's happening here. And look, at one point I was 226 down. What am I now? 208 down. This is just puke. So we're going to play through a few more hands in this session here, so you can share with my pain or enjoy. You can probably go, "Hey, Bear's getting stuffed," but this is just incredible. I have not seen something like this for a long time. I've been on downswings before and taken a good rogering on a few occasions, but this is ripping the absolute piss out of me. $10 Zoom and I'm getting shafted. I mean, I'm in the tuna stakes, man. I should be absolutely whipping ass here, and I'm getting seen to hard. And half of them are Russians. They're really getting on my titties here, so hard. I'm hyperventilating. I need to calm down here. Get me a paper bag here so I can blow into it. Put some glue in there as well. Jesus Christ, this is ridiculous. Right, okay, let's play through some hands here and see what's happening. Okay, hang on. So here's the first one I've got for you people. So I'm on the button with aces, 18 buck stack. Raise it up, which is fine. I get 3 bet by this guy who's a bit loosey goosey. I have some notes on him, so I know he's a bit at it. So he raises me up decent. I've I'm 4 betting here. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'll call it, but I'm 4 betting here. See what he's going to do, and he just flats. And I'm going, okay, fair enough. We've already got a decent sized pot, 485. I got the ace of diamonds, so I got a backdoor diamond flush here, 10 high. And I'm thinking if he's got jacks, queens, kings, you know what I mean, then easy peasy. If he's got tens, I am going to absolutely wrench on the keyboard. And twos and fours would be just a joke. Okay, so he puts in a big C bet here, and I'm thinking, well, what? I mean, really, what? So I elect to call it here with the back door not flush here. I want him to stack off here because if I jam it now, then anything like ace king, ace queen, whatever, it's just gonna fold. Yeah, I'll probably get jacks, queens, and kings to call me off here, but any underpair to the tens as well. It's just going to fold. So I'm just flattening this. I want all this guy's money, man. I don't think there's anything wrong with us at this moment in time. Jack comes out here, and I'm thinking, ah, oh, shit. That technically is not a good card for me if he's gone with jacks. Okay? And I'm like, seriously not. But look, there's 11 bucks in the middle. He's only got 6 behind. I can't fold now. You know what I mean? I really cannot fold. So he pumps it all in. And I'm thinking, if you turn over jacks or tens, I'm just going to be so sick, especially where this session's gone. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like puking here. All right, so I call it off, obviously, and 5 comes on the river, and I'm going, please, not some shitty flush draw. But I mean, I've got the ace of diamonds, so it just doesn't make a lot of sense. And he's got jack 5. I mean, jack 5 of spades. And I mean, you almost wish you could go back in time, right? And raise it on the flop because he knows he can't do anything. You wish you could go back in time and do it, but you know that you've milked him for every penny, and you've got it. He's got it in shitty bad. You know what I mean? And that happens to you, and you just want to weep. You actually want to weep. It's so gross. And what was that? What was that stack he had there? Yeah, 1167 he took off me. Disgusting. Okay, let's move on to the next hand. So here we go. I got 5-6 suited. Something I would do with any suited connectors, as well as big pairs and stuff like that, as I raise it out in the country. And I get 3-bet from the big blind. Now I do have notes in this guy, and I do know he's a tight aggro, tag player. So I don't mind calling for 70. He's got 10 behind, 10, just nearly $11 behind. I got 15. Calling for 70 to flop to see if I can catch him out here. And if I miss it, if I whiff it completely, then obviously I can just give it up. But if I catch it, I can stack this guy, especially if he's holding hands like ace king, ace queen, aces, kings, stuff like that. So this hand is a ball breaker if it flops well, and we're deep enough here to see a flop, okay, in position, which is really important. So I take the flop. Again, I don't see anything really wrong with that. Now that's a low flop. Okay, so unless he's sitting with a big pair here, okay, so ace king, ace queen suited, stuff like that, I technically can have him by the bullshit because he's out of position. He's going to c-bet. I'm floating this every day of the week. I got backdoor diamonds flush draw, although not nuts, obviously. I got a gutter here. I'm going to play this guy in position. There is no way I'm folding that flop after the action pre-flop here, okay? So he puts in a 120, standard looking c-bet. I'm floating that every day of the week here, okay? Up comes a jack of diamonds. Now, I've got a gutter, okay? And again, if he's got ace king, ace queen, I got a gutter. I got a flush draw now. A 5 or a 6 does it for me, and I reckon he'll probably fire 2 bullets. He'll fire again on this jack to try and scare me away, and then possibly give up on the river if he doesn't hit his ace, his king, or his queen. So those are the key cards I'm not looking for. Obviously, if a flush comes, then that's absolute gem for me, because if he does have an overpair, like kings, queens, aces, then I'm going to absolutely ransack him for all his money. There's 445 in there, 13 behind, 9.5 behind. I think, you know what? We're playing in position. We're playing against a very tight, aggressive player, which we have notes on. So we're looking to outplay him as well. Okay? So he goes 245 here. So I don't need to raise this up, in my opinion. Okay? I have got position. I've got lots of outs here. And if he is playing a big overpair, even jacks, as long as the board isn't paired, and I hit the 4, I hit the diamond, then it's ka-ching. Do you know what I'm saying? Absolute ka-ching. So we call. Okay? And boom! 8 of diamonds. Now, the thing is, it's paired the board. That's the only thing that I'm a bit concerned about. So if he has jacks here, then I'm humped in the backside. Quad 8s, no chance. So I'm thinking aces, kings, queens. Fine, I'm happy with all that. Ace, king. He might make a move with the ace of diamonds if he's got that with the Blair board. He could go for it now. He's only got $7 behind, so if he's thinking, well, the only way I'm going to win this is jam, then fine. But, I've played this. I can't fold this now, okay? So, in it goes. I'm thinking, right, great. I really thought I had him here. I thought, right, he's got an overpair. Aces or kings or queens, whatever. And I'm going to take him apart here. As long as he doesn't show me jacks, which would be just sickerments. Do you know what I mean? So, obviously, call it off. And I just puked. I went, no! No! Ace king of diamonds. That is just disgusting to run into that hand. Puke. Now, the thing is, if I raised the flop there, could he have called that off? He possibly would have folded if I'd raised that flop. But, I mean, why would I raise the flop in position? If I know he had that hand, then I definitely would have raised the flop. Problem is, if he calls me on the turn, he's never folding. Do you know what I'm saying? He's always going for it on the turn. So, I suppose there's a danger of playing low-suited connectors. If your opponent ends up with a beastie like that, you just take it in the butt. So that was a bummer. I thought, overall, apart from the pairing on the river, I thought overall, the strategy worked. He had the wrong hand for me. Oh, dear Lord, puke. All right, let's get to the next one. Here we go. Bear in the small blind with King Galinos. Let's see what... I can't actually remember this one. So we get a raise from under the gun. We get a 3-better on the button. He's reasonably active. So I 4-bet. Okay, so kings. And he just jams it in my face. And I'm like, I've got $6 left. There's no way I can fold this. And I'm like, all right. And it goes. I said, just please don't show me aces. So obviously in it goes. Club, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9. Run it twice. And you know what he's got, don't you? He's got aces. And it's like, I mean, there's nothing to discuss there. It's just a cooler. But again, that was just, and that was the next one there on the list. To just take it, bear. Just, bend over and take it. Okay, next one, little pair of fours. We get a small raise from under the gun. So, hey, man, it's 10. I'm in the big blind. I'm always calling that for a set. And we go, ka-ching, set on the flop, which is tasty. He bets. I raise it. It's flush drawy if he's got a big pair. Flush draw. Whatever. He's going to call it up. I'm not going to slow pay a set on that draw-heavy board with clubs. He calls it. 5 comes. I'm going, okay, right, okay, fair enough. Let's get playing this. So $2 into there, into a 285 pot. And he raises me. He just goes boom, and I'm like, well, if you've got 9s or 7s, then good on you, mate. There's no way I can fold that. 6-8 would be just sick. But what's 6-8 doing under the gun raising? You know what I'm saying? So in it goes. We're all in here. 9 on the river, and I'm like, okay, we should still be good here, hopefully. He turns up 9-5. 9-5. 9-5 suited from under the gun. So, on the flop, if we look at this mathematically, so let's just pull that up so we can see it. Hang on a second. Show that hand. I can bring it back. So on the flop is 5% chance. I am a 95% favourite. When do you get that? I mean, when do you get that? Right? And what am I on the turn? On the turn, he's a 9%. And it's like, when that happens to you and you get your kings cracked, as you saw there earlier on, nothing's going right for you, you just think, what the hell? And that was just gross, man. Absolutely gross. So you can imagine at this point now, I'm weeping. I am actually crying on the keyboard. Oh, let's get another one for you. So we'll just show you the last one of these sick hits, and then we'll maybe show you one winning hand. But this session was just nothing short of absolutely disgraceful. Nothing I could do. I just couldn't win anything. It was just absolutely pukements. So we get a raise here. I got ace jack. It's a high. It's a cutoff. Sorry. So I 3-bet with ace jack. I don't think anything wrong with that. My opponent just flats. Fine. We get an ace. Fine. We got a decent kicker. So we bet smallish into that, which is fine. He just calls. The 8 comes. We bet 180 again. He calls. 6. So the board's paired. So it's aces and 6s with a jack kicker. That's pretty decent. There's 730 in the middle, 15 behind. He's got 22. So I put in a small, reasonably decent, but not that too big a value bet here in the river, which I think's okay. And he calls me off, and I'm like, what the fuck? Surely not. So, and lo and behold, he turns over ace queen, and he just milked me, man. Milked me. That was like $8-9 that pot. And I'm like, cut me some slack here, you know what I mean? Cut me some slack. So, gross. Just nothing going right in this session at all, no matter what I do, how I play it. Loose, tight, whatever. It's just getting pumped in the cheeks. Here we go, and here we go. We'll basically show a winning hand here. We'll try and finish on some form of positive before we actually hang ourselves. But I only won one pot, all right, of $9 in this whole session. It was over 1,000 hands, 1,500 hands. I can't remember. Over 1,000 hands in this session, and I won one pot of $9. The next win beneath that, would you believe it? In all those hands was only $6. I couldn't win. No matter what I did, I could not win. So anyway, we'll finish on a positive high and then just pray we can turn it around. But this is a gut-wrenching. Aces versus the big blind. So we raise. We get 3-bet. I 4-bet. He calls. Flop. Queen, deuce, 9. 2. Call. Jack. I'm going, oh no, not Jack, Queen. And I just thought, sod it, I can't be arsed. There's only $6 left, $8 pot. In it goes. He calls off. River's a 10. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. Well, obviously we know we won this, but what did he have? He had Queen 3. Queen 3. Christ, this is the sort of nonsense I'm up against. So it's like, oh, thank God I won a hand. Do you know what I mean? But that was the biggest pot of the night. $9 only against somebody playing completely stupid. Pukements, huh? Puke, 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 puke. So anyway, people, that is the hand reviews. I don't want to do too many before you end up swinging from a tree just like I'm going to at this rate if we carry on. But that is where we are as of the 17th. Over 200 bucks down, over 20 buy-ins down, nearly 21 buy-ins down at the tuna stakes. And you can see here, and I've only just shown you a snippet of some of the bad hits I've been getting in some of the coolers. And the problem is like I say, the graph is misleading here. I've said that in the previous video, because if I get it in behind, then no matter if I'm ahead on the flop or the turn, once the money's in, it just counts the whole hand. So I may be ahead like 90% favourite for 90% of the hand, and then up pops the river or something crappy like that, and it just makes me look like shit. So those eight, that set getting smashed by that stupid 9-5, that shows me getting it in completely bad on that whole hand, which is why this graph is squiffy. But even still, you can still see I'm running super shit. So this is gross, man. This is seriously, seriously gross. So come and join me on Thursday, people. 8 o'clock GMT time. I've still got some money to give away. It's not all gone, don't worry. There is still money in the piggy bank, but this is soul destroying watching this at the tuna stakes. We're meant to be winning here and crushing, and I'm getting pwned by Russians and Germans, which is not happy. So, on that depressing video note, come and support me, people, on Thursday. We need some moral support. I need some positive energy. We have to turn this around. We cannot let this continue. Not at these ridiculously low stakes. All right, peeps. Wish us luck. Catch you at the table soon. Cheers now. Bye.